You're gonna need a bigger boat. Hello YouTube, N64 Fortress here. I am back. Thank you for tuning in again as always. It is very much appreciated. We've got some cool things to show you this week, some nice little pickups, some minor things like essential progress, but other cool collectible items as well. But before we get into that, I just want to talk about my gaming for the week as per. And yeah, Maneater, we finally completed it. Got the Platinum trophy. I think that's my 7th Platinum now. And yeah, really pleased to have completed this one. It only took 13.5 hours total playing time. And I believe you could do it faster than that if you were sort of less casual than I was. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's only a £10 game in CEX now. And yeah, I would suggest playing this one. I think it trades back in for £6. So you could basically complete the game very quickly and only have spent £4 on it if you're not into keeping your games. Obviously, I'll keep mine on the shelf as a reminder, and you know, if I want to go back to it ever again, but not in a hurry. But yeah, really enjoyed. Nice little story, pleasant backdrop. Graphics look good. Okay, they're not amazing, but they look good. The game plays well. The long and the short of it is Pete did need a bigger boat in the end, as it happens. But yeah, quite a good educational sort of game as well. I learnt a lot about the bull shark and all the different types of sharks as well. Obviously great white, hammerhead and all that. And it's quite educational, but in bite-sized format. You can't help but learn from it because, you know, it teaches you things once you complete certain objectives. And yeah, fun, pleasant game. Yeah, I paid £12 for it earlier this year, but I think, you know, I've definitely got my money's worth out of that, and it's a nice platinum to tick off. And yeah, pleased to get that one out the way. I'm going to move on to South Park Snow Day next. I also bought this on the same day as that, actually. I remember now on a pickup video earlier this year. I was a big fan of South Park. I still am, but I don't really have time to watch it these days. But I used to watch it certainly late 90s, early 2000s. I think it's on Channel 4 at late. And yeah, I never played the Stick of Truth on the PS3. It's one that I need to get round to. But I think this is a follow-up Snow Day, so it's apparently not that long. Hopefully a platinum we can complete before the end of the year. And I've currently completed 27 games now, I think, out of my list for 2025. That's not bad going. It's over 2 a month. Plenty of those have been Nintendo 64 games on Mission N64 239. And yeah, hopefully we can get to 28 by beating South Park Snow Day before the year is out. If any of you have played this, drop a comment, let me know what it's like. So far so good, very South Park-esque. So yeah, hopefully get another quick one out the way before the year is out. Onto the pickups. First of all, got this lovely NinjaGo movie Lego sleeve. It's the last one I needed. Very hard to find, bizarrely, compared to all of the others. I think this is the 11th now. It's 11 out of 11 for me. Really difficult to find. Massive shout out to Redcastle Gav78, I believe. He dropped a comment, let me know that this had popped up on eBay. To be honest, I don't regularly search for things. You know, I just every now and then I'll look, and it was just never around whenever I search for it. But this was there on eBay. I sent an offer. I think I got it for £10.20 posted. It sells for £10 in CEX just on its own without the sleeve. So all in all, a very good price. As things go, they're like buses. So I'd already bought one. Hassan managed to find me one in Spain, and then this came along, but the sleeve on this was much nicer condition. So obviously I bought this one, and now to save weight in my parcel, he's just going to send just the sleeve on the one that we've bought, and that's promised to a viewer of the channel who desperately needs it to complete their set as well. So hopefully help them out when that arrives. And yeah, delighted to have completed that little subset and ticked off one that was evading me. It popped up from time to time. It's not as rare as some of these really hard essentials to find, but for whatever reason, it's just not one that I came across in CEX and just was really difficult to find. So pleased to put that behind me and not had to pay more than CEX price really for that. And it's in good condition. Really pleased with that. Next up, I saw this on eBay. This is a Smoke translucent N64 controller, and this is quite unique. Let me tell you why. So these blister pack controllers never sold in the UK. So if you wanted the fantastic colours, the only way you could get them was from buying a console. Like the controller came with the console, but they never sold these controllers loose, not boxed, and certainly not blistered like this. I believe it's exclusive to North America, but perhaps Australia as well. Certainly didn't sell in the UK. I think they are exclusive to North America, to be honest. Looking at the way they've spelt colour there as well, this is definitely North American. And I saw it on eBay, it was 125. It's a lot of money, but the controller on its own, Smoke, sells for £75 in CEX in any condition. Obviously, this is brand new. The big problem is the plastic has seen better days, of course. It is cracked, which is fairly common, but that's the lesser of the two evils. The primary issue with this is it's very yellowed. It's been sat in a loft and it's just been cooked, and the plastic has baked, and it's, yeah, unfortunately gone very yellow. And I didn't know whether it'd be an interesting project, try the old hydrogen peroxide trick. Let me know your thoughts if any of you have tried that before. If any of you believe it'll work on this sort of plastic. Obviously, it's going to be very difficult because I can't fully submerge it in hydrogen peroxide because there's cardboard within the plastic. The plastic's cracked. It will leak through and it will ruin the cardboard. So I didn't know whether just smearing it on and then leaving it in the sunlight in summer sometime when we have some good sunlight. Obviously, now going through into winter, we're not going to get much sunlight compared to summer, but I don't know, let me know your thoughts. Will it work on this sort of plastic? Can I get rid of some of this horrible yellowing? I haven't really bought it for collection purposes. I'm not really going to go down that rabbit hole of collecting these, but I certainly thought there'd be some resale in it, and if there's not, then I'll certainly raffle it on the N64 group that I run and make a return on it either way, because I'm certainly convinced it's worth more than £125. It's just nice condition, and I know that these are the second rarest colours to find. So in these blister packs, I believe the watermelon is the hardest to find, you know, still sealed in the blister, then the smoke, and then the following four fantastic colours. Not sure what the order is thereafter, but I know it's the second hardest, I think, to find the smoke. And in the UK, as it happens, the smoke console is the hardest to find, but that's a different issue to blister sealed controllers. I think the watermelon is the real hard one to find from memory. But yeah, pleased to pick this up. It's not something that I'm looking to flip immediately. It's a bit of a work in progress, really. I was just hoping to maybe save it a little and see if I can do something with this plastic. If any of you got any experience with that, like I said, let me know. Do you think that I can do anything about the yellowing on this plastic or not? Right, next up, you might remember that I picked up Dirt 3 from my friend in Belgium. He bought some games from me, Stefan, a few weeks ago, and I was like, yes, I finally got an English copy. I was doing the unboxing, only to learn that it had the sort of code slip in it, but not the manual. So I went down to my local CEX the other day, picked up a copy of Dirt 3, £3. It trades back in for £1.10. So essentially I've paid £1.90 for the manual. Given that the game didn't cost that much, I'm happy with that. I'll take the manual out of that because they're the same. Thank you very much. I'll leave the sheet in there, the code sheet, because I don't need that. It's got one in it. And yes, finally ticks off another off my list. Obviously I've got a German copy that I can now sell, and I can put my English one, pride of place, on the shelf, fully complete, and it's now off my sheet as one with an issue with it. And yeah, fully complete. Another one down on this journey to a full PS3 Essentials set, English where possible. And yeah, another one ticked off at long last. Next up, I bought this copy of the Fight. It was brand new PS3 sealed, clearly isn't anymore. Now the reason for this was because I did have it from that big bundle, but it was foreign, Italian, I believe. And this was sealed, but when it arrived, the seal had a little rip in it, like a light slice up there. And I thought, you know what? I might just open it. So this is English. That's why I bought it. It was $14.99, I think. And A lot of these only on PlayStation titles you'll find, and certainly the Fight as an example of this, they have a standard disc. And I've talked about it on the channel before. I'm convinced that Sony released these facelift Essentials versions, but tried to get rid of the old surplus stock of standard discs and to shove standard discs in them. And then when and if all of those cleared and there was further demand for the games, then they'd do a later print run, a more limited run, less of them sold, and put an Essentials disc in them. And yeah, they're just harder to come by, seemingly, because I guess less of those versions sold than Essentials with a standard disc. And so, because the seal was slightly ripped, I thought, you know what? I've paid quite a lot for this game, by the way, £15 for how much this game costs in CX. It's quite a lot, but it is brand new. And it was a complete lottery, really. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to open it. And to my delight, it had the Essentials disc. So really pleased with that. It wasn't an issue on my sheet because obviously I had it down as sealed, and what I don't know won't hurt me. It could have an Essentials disc, it might not, but I don't know, right? So I don't have to worry about it. But now at least I know it has got the Essentials disc. I feel like, okay, you might have devalued it by opening it. But if you try and find an English copy of the Fight with an Essentials disc, it's a lot harder to find than you think. Most copies you'll come across, it just has the standard disc. So pleased to have one with an Essentials disc. When you're a fussy collector like me, there's no ambiguity now. I know for a fact it's got an Essentials disc, so happy days. I wouldn't say one ticked off, but it's just a nice to know in my collection. And last of all, Portal 2. Again, I already had this. It was in that massive bundle, but it had a standard disc. And yeah, I feel like that bundle wasn't as good as it could have been when I look back at everything, the amount of games I've had to replace and so on, but it formed part of the journey. It helped me learn. I didn't lose money on it. I've sold everything that I had in the bundle for what I've paid for it, at least. Perhaps a few things I sold for a little bit less, but in the main, netting off with what I've sold for more and so on, I haven't lost, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, this is one that I needed a red disc for. This came up on eBay. It was one of those power sellers that only use a stock photo, but it said it was Essentials. I took the risk. £22. Sounds like a lot, but for this title, fully complete, in the main, not too bad a price, really, I don't think. And very pleased to say it came complete with the correct disc. So now I have an English copy with a standard disc for sale. It's for sale for what I paid for it, 15 I think. But yeah, pleased to have that niggling issue on my sheet ticked off. This can finally take pride of place on my shelf. Finally out of the bag of doom now. And yeah, it's another one ticked off as no issues whatsoever. And we are making good progress now. So that's another 2. Obviously Dirt gets replaced, and another 2 that goes onto the shelf. We've got 4 full shelves now and 1 there. So yeah, we're making good progress. So that's 204, 205, 206, 207. That's 207 games out of 219. I've still got some more that I need to show you further down the line. Plus I've got some on their way to me. I've actually only got 5 games left now to complete the full Essentials set, with the wheels in motion on some of them as well. Fingers crossed. The remaining 3 after that are terribly difficult to find, so that's going to be a job in itself. But I have also got the issue of addressing some that released in English that I don't have in English yet, like Pro Evolution Soccer 2014. That's going to be an absolute nightmare to get hold of. Seems to only have released in Romania from what I can see so far in English. But yeah, the wheels are in motion to try and attack these somewhere down the line in future. And I'm looking forward to showing you how I get over these hurdles in my pursuit of a full English where possible PS3 Essentials set. So that pretty much rounds up the pickups for this week. Not an awful lot, but some nice little pieces there. Let me know your thoughts on the N64 controller. Can that plastic be attacked or not? Interested to hear your thoughts. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you did, please drop a like. It really helps the channel out. Add a comment. Let me know your thoughts on any of the things that I picked up, including the controller, the PS3 Essentials journey, any of the games I picked up. Are any of them any good or not? Let me know. How are you getting on with your journeys? What are you collecting? If you're new to this channel or a returning viewer and you're not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. It really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one. So if you're interested, £15, drop a comment or whatever and I'll let you know who the supplier is. If you want to get yourself one that's most likely got an Essentials disc. If you want to get one with an Essentials disc with it, more than likely, because it'll be from the same stock as this one.